Hi there, welcome to Made by Granat. It's Anna here, and today I am here with Christmas 2025 flip through of the Landscape Christmas Junk Journal. This is a beauty. It's been so much fun creating her. Let's start with the measurements. She is 11 inches by 8¼ and she has a spine that is 3/4 of an inch, and she has 5 signatures that is sewn in with a 5-hole pamphlet stitch, and she has about 120 pages. She has a hidden hollowback spine, 2 permanent bookmarks which has been repurposed from the original text block. And I chose not to do anything to the front cover. This is a old vintage choral book that was published in 1961. And I think someone said this looks like an angel. And I think that's really Christmassy. On the back I did a tiny collage with some little labels. And I have covered the spine in hand crocheted vintage lace. Let's get into. I hope I can fit the whole thing into the camera. I'm gonna move it a bit to this side. Sora silk ribbon closure that has been glued in underneath the end papers. So that's a permanent one. So let's just open her up. And I'm gonna stand up and see that if I fit it all. Yes, I do. That is great. So, end papers are made out of scrapbooking paper, as you might see. And I love this one with the poinsettias and some, I don't know what that is. And tulips and different holly and mistletoe and lots of things. We have a pocket over here that's made out of a handkerchief. And I have glued and sewed it onto the end paper. So I think that's really pretty with the lace and the embroidery. Into the pocket I have tucked a journaling card that I made and a genuine vintage photo of a mom trying to get her little son to blow out the candles in the Christmas tree. I believe this is kind of the 40s or something in Sweden. So that goes in there. On the first page, this is from the original text block. I have added the original book guts over here and a little bit of tab of a lace handmade, and we have some watercolor swatches, and this beautiful little girl was on a postcard. One of those, you can send your photos of postcards, and I added this frame around her. And I think that's quite nice. So, let's begin. We have coffee dye paper. This is a book for memory keeping over Christmas. We have lots of writing space, or space to put in photos and things, ephemera. Have a big pocket. This is actually an illustration from a book that I have backed onto red cardstock, added a little fussy cut from Edith Holden, and now it's a pocket. And inside it is this journaling card of a bunch of kids in front of the Christmas tree. I believe this is from after Christmas when you have a party, and in Sweden we call it julgransplundring. How can you translate that? After the 12 days of Christmas you have a party where the kids get to plunder the tree and take all the goodies down. It's a Swedish tradition, backed with an old fly leaf. This is handmade paper and hand stamped with polka dots. Here we have another small collage with my watercolor swatches and an owl, and this came from a Christmas napkin. Lovely Christmas paper here. This is scrapbooking paper. In the center we have a folio from a Marjolaine Bastin book. It's like a diary, and this one folio is from December. Lovely. We have the old fly leaves of the book, and I did a little stamping over here in red. More of the polka dot green. I just added a piece of Tim Holtz collage paper here from his Christmas collage papers. On this flip out from tea-dyed paper, I added this envelope. I believe some kind of lottery ticket came in it, or was supposed to come in it. I added a bit of collage on it and some beautiful washi tape, and it's of course a pocket, and inside I didn't put anything. Okay, I will put something inside. I thought I did. Must have forgotten. It will not be empty when you receive the journal if you are its new owner. It will be a surprise. We have a page from the original text block. Love the creamy color music pages. We have more tea-dyed paper, and this is, no, it's coffee dyed with a stencil on top. And it had a tiny tear, so I added some of my vintage make. It's cellophane tape, but it's made to look vintage with alcohol inks. We have another page from the original text block, and I added this fussy cut from a wrapping paper on top of it. And we have another pocket, and I realize I haven't put anything in any pockets. Because here's a pocket with nothing in it. I'm gonna stand up and get my ephemera. Let's see what I can put in here. How about these wild foxes? Go in there as a journaling card. Now I have the ephemera next to me in case I need to put something else into pockets. More of the scrapbooking paper. Here we have a little folio out of a book from 1835. It's rag paper. We have a 1960s ledger. And here I have extended the flip with some of the Gamages of Holborn. It's a Christmas catalog, a reproduction. This is Walking and Talking Dolls and Motor Cars. Rest of the rag paper. More fly leaves from the original text block with a little stamping. Here I added a belly band that I made out of a collage snippet roll that I made, and there's actually a journaling card in here with a lovely bird. I have no idea what they are called in English, but in Swedish they are called dumhare, and they are a really Christmassy bird here. So, and he is small but bright. I love the Tim Holtz snippets. Here we have the first of the permanent bookmarks that I repurposed from the original text block, and I added a small little dangle there with a heart. Here we have another flip out. You can journal on the back of that. And we also have the young couple here under the mistletoe, and I added some mistletoe washi tape, and I did edge punching there to add some decoration. We have more music pages and more tea-dye paper with some stamping. This is from, it's not placemat, it's actually a table runner in some waxed paper, so you can write on this side, and this side is a bit waxy. I found a whole roll of it with poinsettias and holly and things. Sorry, just gotta get a sip of coffee. And we have a little piece of doily. More scrapbooking paper with gold. In the center we have a folio from a field notebook about, from December, where you can write in here. All up to the 21st. Here we have another flip out, and this is a young girl looking quite hesitant towards the Christmas tree and all the decorations. Her mom is holding her. And this is from a book about photography in Sweden. You can journal on the back of that. And when we flip the page, we have a flip out pocket. And this is an envelope. Inside it we have a journaling card I made. One of my Use It or Lose It, probably the latest one. Love that with the baking girls. And it is a double pocket, so you can also see here I have added a decorated library card, and this is both being stained with distress ink, and then I have used some texture paste on top of it. So that's a decorated envelope there. Rest of the doily, love that there was the red here. Here's a photo or a page from a book about a Swedish artist called Carl Larsson. And this is one of his images, paintings about Lucia, a Swedish tradition. And you can see the mother of the house coming with lights in her hair, and she has coffee tray here, and also the younger girls are coming as well and treating their siblings and father to fika. And that's just the back of that book page. Here we have the other bookmark, and you can add something else down here if you like. I chose to just add to one of them. Here's a pocket made out of Tim Holtz. I believe they're called ephemera snippet something. And I added some extra snippets to it, and I have sewn around it, and now it is a side tuck with this little journaling card. Come and see us at Christmas, the kids say. And you can journal back. More pages from the original text block. Here we have a vintage Victorian scrap. This must be older than me, I believe, and I am 50. So I know I saw these when I was a kid and they were older than me. And I thought that would look quite nice there. We have tea-dye paper, more music paper, and here's a little tuck spot with some people out skiing. Journaling card here, and a lovely lady in a frame on top of the pocket. If you flip the page, it is a flip out, and you can journal on the back, and it's also decorated. And this is the same family as the photo in the beginning with the little kid trying to blow out the candles on Christmas tree. And I believe this is the baby brother of that same kid. Because I have got lots of family photos from that family. And it also says Noel down here. We have a white page from the book that I added. Here's a little page from an 1838 book in German, and I've added a flip to it that you can journal on, and that is a Tim Holtz ephemera. More of the ledger from the 1960s. Here I have decorated with tiny collage with watercolor swatches and Tim Holtz ephemera. And this side is not extended, so you can do that yourself if you like. This has also got some rag in it. It's not pure rag paper, but I can feel that it has some percentage of rag fibers from fabric. Okay, we have more scrapbooking paper. And here we have a lovely pocket. This is greatly a tip of the hat, inspired by Catherine Sunnyside Jones. She also has a book about Victorian cakes, and I had the same book. So I first cut the cake out and made it into a tuck spot. And I also added gâteau. And we have a little tag here with Santa Claus, Father Christmas, Père Noël, and some green accessories on. Ephemera, I mean. And just a bit of lace up in the top of the tag. Here it says Noël. It's been stamped. More tea dye paper. This flip has been extended with some scrapbooking paper. We have another page from the original text block, and here I did a bit of stenciling. Doesn't show up very well, but it's white on white, you know, really pretty. We have a pocket here that I made in one of my Use It to Lose It. It's a window envelope that I covered in a book page and a bit of decoration, and I have a journaling card inside that I have made in Use It to Lose It last year, I believe. I repurposed not so pretty postcards and made them prettier. And she can peek out of the window. There we go. More tea dye paper, and this one has been extended with a whole folio of Edith Holden. So you could cover this up and journal. Have some hidden journaling here. I love that image. We have more white pages from the book. And here we have a Tim Holtz backdrop that I thought was really cute. Lots of kids standing outside for a class photo. And on the back of that, I have added a pocket, a double pocket. Here we have another journaling card, a song of Christmas cheer, it says. And this one flips out. You can journal here. This is a genuine vintage photo. And inside of the bag, we have one of the little journaling card booklets that I've made using rag paper and that I have covered with writable surface and added some. This is a printout of a scanned cabinet card, carte de visite, I mean. Goes there. Here we have some German book page from 1888. And another backdrop that's hinged to the first one. And here a little bit of stenciling, and this is a bit more glittery. That texture paste. We have more scrapbooking paper, and we have stamped tea dye paper. And here is the back of the book, and here we have the gnomes. I can't make a Christmas journal without having these. I just love him. There we have it, the landscape format big Christmas journal 2025. Oh, she's so cute. I hope you enjoyed this flip through. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Let me know down below what you think of her. And she will be available in my Etsy shop. She might be when you see this, if I have luck adding things today. And thank you all so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.